want to go to Steve. Oh, we actually have an NBC News projection here. This is a big deal. This is the race we have been watching. The projected winner, NBC News can project it as Ed Gallrein winning the Kentucky's 4th district. You see the numbers here right now, 54% with 60% of the vote in across that state. Gang, this is, listen, from the jump, since we came on the air, Steve Kornacki, you were looking at these numbers. You were looking at where Gallrein was performing in some of these key areas in the district. And it was already from the jump looking like an uphill battle for Thomas Massie.
Yeah, and it was. And actually, it was about 5 minutes ago. We got it in the same county where we started the night, Kenton County. Most of the rest of the vote coming in there. Again, one of those big suburban Cincinnati counties here. And the only chance Massie had since we kind of came on the air was if the election day vote, the folks who went out to the polls today and voted, if they voted in a very different way than the folks who had voted early. And this just made clear when we got that final update here from Kenton County. And we've seen similar things next door in Campbell County. And we've seen it in Boone County to the west. It made clear that was not the case. Gallrein is in position right now. As you can see, all 3 of these Cincinnati metro counties, he may end up winning tonight. And if he loses them, he's only going to lose them narrowly. Half the vote comes out of here. For that matter, you look here in Oldham County. Again, we showed you this earlier. This is a place where Massie needs to be winning big. You go into the smaller rural counties of this district here, where this is where you find probably demographically the most Trump loyalists. Again, Gallrein was largely getting the numbers he needed. Again, the one exception, the only place here you see that Massie shade of red. This is Massie's home county. He previously served in county government.
I wasn't surprised at all, because the bottom line is this. Donald Trump is the general of the Republican Party, and the Republican primary voters are his soldiers.
At some point, if you look at what these people have been doing, actively going against Trump, you will think they don't know the outcome. Now what I see on X, people are saying Rand Paul is next. This is what I see, people posting. That's to just tell you, if you have been going against Trump, know that this is exactly what will happen to you. If you look at the list, people who were going after Trump, don't vote things he says, they are going gradually.
Welcome to the most expensive congressional primary ever in the 250-year history of this country. It's not just the most expensive. This thing went on longer than Vietnam. It started 9 months ago, and they didn't even have a candidate, and they decided they want to take me out. I want to start by thanking the volunteers who have put so much effort into this. Some of you came from all across the country. Some of you are homegrown. I love all of you.
Thomas Massie tonight in his concession speech said something despicable, anti-Semitic, nasty, gutter politics right at the end. What a way to go out. He said, I would have called Ed Gallrein, but I had to find him in Tel Aviv. There was an undercurrent of anti-Semitism in this race on the Massie side. There's been an undercurrent of it in his career, unfortunately, and it really came out in an ugly way tonight. And I think it needs to be stated, acknowledged, and condemned because it was pretty despicable.
Been on this race. We're going to go right to Doug Schoen. Doug, I think we all knew this was coming. When Donald Trump gets involved in one of these races, how rare is it for a Trump foe to win?
It's very rare. And Laura, this sends a message to the entire Republican Party and indeed the entire country, as I was saying before, that the power of the Trump brand to motivate voters, in this instance, 12-year incumbent beaten by a newcomer because of the Trump endorsement. And I think my party would make a very big mistake underestimating the power of the Trump brand and the fact that, as you say correctly, he has not lost a primary yet. He wins Louisiana. He wins the Kentucky Senate primary, and now this key.
Yes, these elections that just took place should be a wake-up call to a lot of these people who actively go against Trump. If you take a look at a tweet like this, Obama actively endorsed two candidates in the Georgia Supreme Court to get the black vote to turn out. Democrats spent $4 million versus game and cost $500K. They lost both big time, and the funniest part is that the black vote shifted right compared to how they voted typically because they are non-partisan races. Barack takes a massive L. You know, we are literally winning everything today. Total Rhino D, jaw-dropping result across all the key primaries today. I can actually see MAGA taking over down ballot. This is actually what happened. If you see people actively calling out Obama because he spent a lot of time on X campaigning for these people.
But Donald Trump's goal is not to win the most races for Republicans. Donald Trump's goal is to reshape the Republican Party in his image and to make that party come to where he is rather than kind of meeting them where they are. And he has been so successful at that over the last 7 to 8 years. Increasingly, we see Democrats taking some of those tactics, too, right? Embracing things like primaries, thinking about what are the ideologies that we actually think we don't want to be a Big Ten about. But Republicans are further along on that process. And during that first term of Trump, he so activated his base to say that anyone who is outside of this small group of people is the enemy. They took away from that term that he was stymied, mostly by his own party. We're seeing the political impact of that play out over and over and now in the second term.
I guess in a sense,
this is the Trump party. This is the Trumplican party. This is no longer the Republican Party of America First or even of kitchen table issues and affordability. If you disagree with Trump on anything, on his, I would say his revenge-filled personal enrichment agenda, then you are out. And I think that is why his approval rating right now is the lowest of any president in the past 17 years. The past 17 years. And I see this as a great opportunity for the Democrats to show the American people.
Yes, 6 hours before the results were being proclaimed, something happened. President Trump went off on Thomas for Texas voters and all 2022 endorsement from Trump of Massie in the middle of voting. Can you imagine Congressman Thomas Massie putting out a many years ago endorsement of him by me when he knows that he wasn't endorsed, but that I proudly endorse Ed Gallrein. The reason is that Massie has turned out to be the worst congressman in the Republican Party. This shows what a totally dishonest and desperate guy Massie is, and I hope the voters aren't fooled by his deception, President Donald J. Trump. This was actually too late. Yeah, because during the voting period, he had to send this out. A lot of people were already informed of what was actually happening and Trump's decision toward this guy. At some point, you realize it get crazy, when a man like this, know fully well that Trump endorsement is important. He tried his best, did things that Trump doesn't agree with, and if you see people like Marjorie Taylor Greene accepting with Massie, that was something I knew that he can never win because the kind of people that were supporting him are people Trump doesn't like.
Ed Gallrein has defeated incumbent Thomas Massie after Donald Trump endorsed Gallrein.
I think I'm going to end here. God bless you abundantly. As I'll be short clips at the end that it's provided, you can always skip.
Campaign. Oh, hi. If you're seeing this video, this is a reminder that a straight white male, former reality star that has no previous experience.
He didn't really have to say anything himself.
Chelsea Handler went to dinner at Jeffrey's house in 2010. It's just a fun one.
I have seen this city just fall apart.
Mayorship, insurance companies, they don't have to pay for people to rebuild their homes. And
baseball. Guys, Nithya Raman is conspiring with Karen Bass.
I just wanted to share how happy I am to be.
And the city councilwoman is going to be her runoff opponent.
A long time.
They say they can't just open up these cases with.
Can't keep streetlights on.
To the media, we do not care.
He's elitist in California. Now you realize people everywhere in America make fun of people.
And so this is my life.
You're talking about qualifications, right?
Yeah.
And the problem that I have with someone qualified for power
Yeah, there's been rules in the middle of the game and give himself more Republican.
You can always skip.
The sight of this man just disgusts me.
They need to go to New York.
Present the black community.
It's illegal. Spencer Pratt, who's running for mayor of Los Angeles,
able to laugh at him.
Inside, they started.
It'll be
more access to the leader of the free world.
This week, which was the state of Virginia, they gerrymandered the state, and Trump started it.
The win in yesterday's redistricting.
It's going to lose their congressional representation. How do you think?
until the first lady brought them back with her surprise statement last week.
How does this benefit?
I'm an actor.
I'm an actor.
I'm an actor.
Creative content.
Why are you not looking forward to the White House fight?
Well, it's kind of a gimmick.
I have 300.
Well, I said Democratic Socialist.
I know, but
So I have to say,
we don't even have the trust of our own people.